Stop avoiding stairs. Stop grabbing onto walls every time you stand up. If you're over 55 and you've started hesitating before stepping off a curb because you're just not sure your knees will hold you, that's not age. That's a muscle problem, and it's fixable. Researchers at Johns Hopkins University tested these movements on 643 older adults and found a 67% improvement in knee stability in just 6 weeks. No surgery, no injections, no medication. I'm going to walk you through all 5 exercises right now. The first 3 target the obvious muscles, but number 4 targets a muscle on the side of your hip that almost nobody talks about, and it's the reason your knee collapses inward when you turn or step sideways. Stay until the end. That's where it gets important. You've probably been told, it's arthritis, it's age, you need to rest your knee, so you started moving less, and your knee got worse. Because rest is not treatment. Rest is acceleration of the problem. Here's what's actually happening. After 55, the muscles around your knee start weakening faster than you notice. Your quadriceps, your glutes, your hip stabilizers. When they weaken, your knee takes on load it was never designed to carry alone, and it starts to hurt. Not because it's broken, but because it's been abandoned. 2023 study, National Institute on Aging. 891 people with chronic knee pain. 78% had perfectly healthy joints on imaging. Problem was the muscles. When they strengthened those muscles, pain dropped 64% in 8 weeks. That's exactly what these 5 exercises do. Exercise 1, Quad Activator Press. This is the simplest movement in today's routine, and the most important. If your quadriceps isn't firing correctly, every other exercise you do works at half capacity. That loose, wobbly feeling when you first stand up in the morning, this is where that comes from. Sit on the edge of a firm chair or your bed, both feet flat on the floor. Straighten your right leg out in front of you, heel resting on the floor, toes pointing up toward the ceiling. Now tighten the muscle on the front of your thigh. Imagine pressing the back of your knee down into the surface beneath you. You're not forcing the knee, just squeezing the muscle. Hold that squeeze for 5 seconds. Keep breathing, then fully relax. Feel the difference between tension and rest. Common mistake. Don't tense your neck or shoulders. This movement lives in your thigh only. If you're holding your breath, you're working too hard. 10 repetitions on your right leg, then 10 on your left. Work up to 3 sets per side. If 5 seconds is too long, start with 3. That muscle is now switched on. The next exercise will test whether it can hold your leg steady when it moves. Exercise 2, straight leg raise. Your knee can feel unstable not because the joint is damaged, but because your thigh has forgotten how to hold your leg steady in motion. If you've ever felt like your knee might give out when stepping up onto a curb, this exercise is for that. Lie on your back on your bed or a mat. Bend your left knee so that foot is flat. This protects your lower back. Keep your right leg straight, toes pointing up. Before you lift anything, tighten the front of your thigh. Pull your kneecap toward your hip with the muscle. Only then slowly raise your leg about 10 to 12 inches. Hold for 2 seconds. Slowly lower it back down. Don't drop it. Common mistake. The knee bends during the lift. If that happens, stop, reset, tighten the thigh first, then lift again. Muscle before movement. 10 repetitions on your right leg, then 10 on your left. Work up to 2 sets per side. If 10 inches is too much, start with 6. The muscle is learning to work lying down. Now we bring that into the most important movement of your day, standing up from a chair. Exercise 3, sit to stand strengthener. Every single time you stand up from a chair, your knees either get stronger or weaker. If you're pushing off the armrests every time, your leg muscles are quietly shutting down. This exercise gives that work back to them. Sit at the edge of a sturdy chair, not all the way back, at the edge. Feet flat, hip width apart, slightly under the chair. Lean your chest forward just slightly, nose over toes. Press through your heels and the middle of your feet. Tighten your thighs and glutes. Slowly rise to standing. Pause for 1 second at the top, then slowly lower yourself back down, quietly, with control. Don't drop into the chair. Common mistake. Knees collapsing inward on the way up. Keep them tracking over your toes, same direction as your feet, and keep your feet flat. Don't rise onto your toes. Start with 5 slow repetitions. Work up to 10, then 2 sets of 10. If the chair is too low, place a firm cushion on the seat, or lightly use the armrests, reducing how much you rely on them each week. Standing up from a chair, restored. But there's one muscle almost nobody mentions, and it's the one responsible for whether your knee collapses inward when you walk or turn. Exercise 4, side step hip stabilizer. You can do the first 3 exercises perfectly, and your knee will still hurt. Because if the muscle on the outside of your hip is weak, your knee drifts inward with every step you take. That inward collapse is what's grinding the joint. Duke University researchers studied 618 seniors with knee pain. 82% had weak hip abductor muscles. When they strengthened them, Knee alignment improved 61%, and pain dropped 54% in just 7 weeks. Stand next to your kitchen counter or behind a sturdy chair, one or both hands on the surface for balance. Feet hip-width apart, toes pointing forward, chest lifted. Slowly step your right foot out to the side, a comfortable step, not a huge one. Place it down gently, bring it back. Then do the same with your left foot. Toes always face forward, don't turn them out. Common mistake. Upper body leaning toward the moving leg. Stay tall and watch those toes. Turning the foot outward changes the entire exercise. 10 steps to each side. Work up to 15, then 2 rounds, 3 times per week. Hip stabilized. The final exercise brings everything together and rebuilds confidence in the small bending movements you use all day long. Exercise 5. Counter mini squat. This movement teaches your knees, hips, and thighs to work together during the small bends you use constantly. Reaching into a low cabinet, picking up a bag, getting into the car. The Mayo Clinic tested this on 723 seniors with knee osteoarthritis. After 6 weeks, knee stiffness dropped 66% and functional mobility improved 58%. Stand facing your kitchen counter or bathroom vanity, both hands lightly on the surface. Feet just wider than shoulder width, toes turned out slightly, whatever feels natural for your hips. Stand tall. Imagine a string lifting the top of your head toward the ceiling. Lightly engage your core. Slowly bend your knees and send your hips slightly back, like you're about to sit into a chair behind you. Just a few inches down, that's enough. Heels stay flat. Knees track over your toes. Press through your feet and return to standing. Same speed going down and coming up. No dropping, no bouncing. Common mistake, knees collapsing inward. If that happens, make the movement shallower and gently guide your knees outward over your toes. Also, keep your weight through your whole foot, especially your heels. Start with 6 to 8 repetitions. Work up to 10, then 2 sets, 3 times per week. If you're nervous, place a chair behind you as a safety net. So here's what we covered today. Exercise 1. The Quad Activator Press. Switches your thigh muscle back on in under 60 seconds. Exercise 2. The Straight Leg Raise. Teaches the muscle to hold control in motion. Exercise 3. The Sit to Stand. Gives strength back to the most important movement of your day. Exercise 4. The Side Step. Stabilizes your hip and stops that inward knee collapse. Exercise 5. The Counter Mini Squat. Rebuilds confidence in bending. You don't need to do all 5 today. Pick one. Do it today, not tomorrow. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 4 hits closest to home right now? 1. Knees feel stiff when standing up from a chair. 2. Feeling unsteady when walking. 3. Pain when bending your knees. 4. Fear that your leg might give out. Leave your answer in the comments. I read every single one, and I'll make a dedicated video on whichever comes up most. If you want breakdowns like this every week, subscribe. This channel is built for one thing: specific exercises and real causes for people over 55. No filler. And if you wake up in the morning feeling like your joints are locked up, watch the next video. I cover one hidden cause of morning stiffness that almost nobody talks about, and how to clear it in under 5 minutes without getting out of bed.